What's up, guys? John from PumaFly.com here today with another On the Farm video. Thanks guys so much for clicking on the video. Really do appreciate that. So today we got a couple different things going on. One of them, we're done spraying our pumpkins for the year. You guys will get to see the pumpkins here in a little bit and what has happened to them in the last couple weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and winterize that sprayer, which is what I'm doing right here. I'll show you guys right now. So basically, guys, this is our little 10-gallon sprayer that we use pretty much just for our pumpkins. It's on our little Simplicity. And this is our pumpkin spraying rig. Pretty much the only thing we do with it. So now that we're done spraying the pumpkins for the year, it is almost October after all. So you guys, what I'm basically doing is just going to rinse this out. Got the drain open on the bottom to get all of the chemical out. And then I'll probably put a little bit of water in here and run it through the hose to get all the chemical out of the hose. And then we'll be using the RV antifreeze, this stuff here. It's good to negative 50, which if it gets negative 50 here in St. Louis, I'm leaving because we don't get that cold temperature here. I mean, it gets down to like maybe negative 10, but not negative 50. That's way too cold. So, yep, just trying to get all the chemical out of here. You don't want to really leave it winter over. It really wouldn't hurt anything to have a little chemical in there, but you definitely want to get all the water out. And that's why I put the RV antifreeze in, to get all the water out so it doesn't freeze in the wintertime, because we do leave them down here in the shed and it will freeze. And yes, you guys may be asking me, John, winterize already? That's one of those things that you might as well get it done kind of ahead of time. You know, this doesn't need to happen right now per se, but might as well just get it done. That way it's one less thing I have to do when it gets cold. You know, we got to drain the pump and stuff like that. So if we get this done now, it's just one less thing we have to do because we're done using it anyway, so might as well, right? All right, so got it all drained out, most of the chemical out, put the end cap back on. And then, like I said, I'll run a little water through it just to make sure all the chemical's out of the line. And then I'll dump some RV antifreeze in there. And actually, we've had problems with our tanks getting stained before from the RV antifreeze. And the way to get around that is just to dump it out and make sure that there's no like extra sitting in there. So if you have extra sitting in there, then it'll stain your tank. But not a big deal if it does. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn it on up here. Grab the wand and spray a little bit of water. Like I said, just trying to get rid of all the chemical out of the line, that's all. Run it till it's about dry, and then put that much water in. And then I'll dump the RV antifreeze in. And we use this in all of our sprayers down here. We've got the 25-gallon big sprayer that we do our Roundup and 2,4-D in. And then we've got a couple like 1 or 2-gallon handheld sprayers as well. And we'll go ahead and do that to them over the time, like when we're done with them. We're still using some of those here and there. This pump on this thing's incredibly loud too. Alright, so I actually turned it back off. I'm going to pull that end cap again and get the rest of the water out that way, before I put the RV antifreeze in there. So you don't want to dilute the RV antifreeze too much if you don't have to. Just like I said, we want to dump out the excess. We don't want to leave it in there to stay in the tank. So here we go, RV antifreeze, go. And we'll put enough in here that we can run it through the hose for a few minutes. This stuff is supposed to be safe for the environment and whatnot. I'm pretty sure you could drink it if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but you could, I guess. You didn't hear that here from PumaFly, though, okay? There you can see the pink in the line now. And we got pink up here, which is what we want. Look at that close up. And like I said, try to get out as much as possible. Now if you look, there's not much in there. I'm gonna try to drain out the line I will be putting the camera down for that because I need more hands. I don't have my head mount with me right now. So, yeah, stay tuned for something here in a minute.
What's up, guys? John, the voiceover guy. So I'm putting in this Briggs fuel stabilizer into this tractor because this tractor is pretty much done for the year. We pretty well only use this to spray our pumpkins. So we're done with that, as I said earlier in the video. So we're pretty well done with this tractor for the year. We'll put some in there. There's not too much fuel in there, but it'll kind of ensure that it doesn't go bad over the winter. When doing this, you need to let it run for a few minutes and, you know, go check out the garden field that they have disced. And they have spread fertilizer on. They will be planting wheat in this soonish. On some of their fields, they go through a 3-crop rotation. They'll do corn and then wheat after, and then beans after that. Pretty cool. 3 crops, 2 years, you know how they do. So the beans are ready to go as of when this was recorded. They have actually been combined since this was filmed. I don't know, not even sure what day they went in there and combined them, but they are gone. And yeah, I will update you guys on what did they yield when I find out myself. I don't know yet, so I'm not sure. And you can see the pumpkins, they're pretty well done. And this was filmed right at the end of September. So you can tell the pumpkins are pretty well done. If we were commercially growing these, let's say, to have them, say, go to like a farmer's market or a store to sell them, all of these would be picked by now. But since we aren't doing that, we tend to leave ours in the field. We're having our pumpkin picking party later in the month of October here, and we leave them in the field till then. So they'll just kind of hang out, and as long as it doesn't turn cool and really wet, we'll leave them. A few years ago it was cool and wet, and we noticed a lot of them started to rot. So we actually went in the pumpkin patch and picked every single pumpkin that we could, and we put it on a old wagon that we have in one of the sheds and a trailer. And then come our pumpkin picking party, we just pulled those out and people were able to pick out their own pumpkins off the trailer and off the wagon. So we really tried to not do that because it's a lot of work and it takes some of the experience away from the kids when they come out. So this is a weird one, guys. This is a canna, and Grandma way back in the day used to have cannas down at the farm, and mysteriously one has grown. Don't really know what's up with that. Stuff happens, I guess. I'm not sure. So guys, we're in the turnip patch, obviously, and look, there's a turnip. It is a root vegetable if you didn't know. You eat the root. I'm not the biggest fan of turnips, and really nobody in the family is. We grow them for like some friends and different stuff like that. Alright, real quick shot here. That's second crop potato. We won't actually get anything out of that. It's just some volunteer potatoes that have come up from potatoes that we left in the garden, basically. So it happens every year, but it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, look at that second crop. So you can just see the pumpkins have really taken over, along with the sweet potatoes. We'll be digging those soon. We dug a few just to kind of see, but we need to start digging a lot of them here real soon. We want to get them out before we get any kind of frost, and we're hoping that we don't get any frost till after our pumpkin picking party, because it will kill the pumpkin plants, which isn't a big deal, but you know. So there's a rotten Cinderella pumpkin. I will be doing a video where I pick like one of each kind of pumpkin and lay them out, and then hopefully, I think Dad has a list of all the pumpkins that we did plant, and then we'll go through and be like, this is this pumpkin and this is this pumpkin, that kind of stuff. We'll try to put together a video like that here in the future, because that's a cool looking pumpkin. I'm not sure what the variety name is, but it's a cool one. So it'd be cool to kind of, you know, see them on paper, and then like the big white ones are called polar bears. I know that. So, you know, they're big white ones, right? Like, looks like a polar bear, so kind of makes sense. But yeah, you can see how the centers have really died out of these plants. I think we got hit with a fungus or something, because they're technically still alive because the outers are still alive, but I'm not really sure what happened there. But it kind of happens every year, and we drove around to some other pumpkin patches in the area, and our pumpkins still look better than most. So yeah, we're okay with whatever they turn out to be this year. So guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button for more, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and Hoodles.